Peace and power, family. Welcome back to week 2 of the Artist Way with B from Unto Re. And let me tell y'all, I almost let go. And it's only week 2. Let me tell you, it's been a trying week, and it's only Wednesday. Okay? Let me breathe. Breathe with me. I just finished cooking, so it's super hot in here, but I told myself that I was not going to bed without doing this vlog because I am committed to my artistic ability. I am committed to the artist way. I am going to do it this time. I am determined to complete this artist way. And week 2 is about self-identity. And I don't think I've ever had a real problem with this week. It really was week 4 that always threw me off. But I think that what came up for me as I was listening to the reading, because I'm doing this by Audible audiobook, and what came up for me was like, I'm a Leo. I am all about self, all about identity. Like, I got all the labels. I know what all my labels mean, and I'm not afraid to use them. You know what I'm saying? So when I first heard self-identity, I was like, I don't mind saying that I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm a writer. Maybe that's what I'll say. I don't mind saying that I'm a writer, right? But an artist, a spoken word artist, nah. And I have been being pushed into that realm. Like, people have literally called me like, we want you to come here and do this thing. Like, we want you to come here and be on the stage and say words. Like, and that is crazy to me. I really am taken aback by the idea that people want to hear me say what I write. You know what I'm saying? And that was a part of the reading this week. It was skepticism, right? And I think a big, what like that whole chapter was, or that whole like section was about, is like self-belief, right? Like, do you believe in yourself enough? And I believe in myself. I have done a lot of amazing things. Check the bio, baby. I've done it all. Okay. But when it comes to spoken word specifically, which is actually the realm that I'm navigating as I'm moving through this artist way, so it's just so crazy that like the alignment, the divine timing is happening right now. That is something that I am skeptical about. I am quick to say that I am a writer, not a poet. I am a writer, not a spoken word artist, not a performer. Like, so quick to say that. And I get props every time, almost every time. It was one time where I was like, girl, you just literally read it off the page. You ain't giving no flavor. You ain't giving no sauce. You ain't giving nothing, you know? And outside of that one time, though, I really feel like people really fuck with my work. And it be me who be standing in the way. And something she said was like, you like being blocked because if you get unblocked, then you got to do the work. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, that is the truth. Okay. That is a big truth, because I don't want to memorize the poems. It took all of me to write them. It took all of me to get it out the first time, like, and to get it out in front of people. And my poems are never like surface level. Like, I like to go deep. I like to talk about the hard stuff. I like to, you know what I'm saying, get to the root of it. You know what I'm saying? Check out Venus Roots. That's my girl Nikki Franco. She got a Getting to the Root of It podcast, and it's dope and it's amazing and it's political, but it's like for the regular folk. And I promise you, you're gonna learn something. But the point is, see how I get sidetracked, child. The point is that my poems are vulnerable, right? And it's even more vulnerable for me to get on stage and say them out loud in front of people who I might not know. And even if I know them, I don't know them enough for me to be putting my business out there. But I'm just like, if you're going to write it and put it in a book bag, you might as well say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? So I really am trying to get out and perform more, trying to get out and be on stage, trying to get out and say my words out loud. Even if it's just on like Instagram or YouTube or whatever, like a big goal for me this year is to speak, is to say words out loud to people. So it's dope that this chapter talked about skepticism, because I'm just like, that really is the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm skeptical of the compliments. I'm skeptical of my ability. I'm skeptical of my talent. I'm skeptical of like, is this going to hit? Are the words making sense? Like, are people going to understand this? And in reality, it's not about y'all. It's not about them. It's about me and my ability to express myself, right? My ability to say what I want to say in the way that I want to say it and feel good about it, right? And I don't have to memorize poems, but I do want to. I just admitted it. I do want to get up there and perform the fuck out of a poem. Like, I don't want to have to, keep checking back at my phone and then the screen getting big, getting little, it's rolling, and it's just, it makes me so much more anxious to have my phone in my hand and to be reading. So I'm like, it would just be so much better for me if I memorize the poem. So be on the lookout, child. I'm going to try to do the thing. And I'm going to try to share it on here like I have been sharing my little clips. But another part of week 2, self-identity, that I felt like really stood out was the crazy makers, poisonous playmates. And basically she was talking about like, who you with, who is your people, and are they boosting you up or are they holding you back, right? Like, crazy makers are people who come in your life and like throw curveballs and get on your nerves and always asking for something and distracting you from what you got to do and who you're trying to be with. And I really don't have people like that in my life. Like, I don't have anybody just calling me up like, can you do this crazy thing for me? Like, people know. Like, B will go out of her way for you, but like, don't call me with no mess, because I'm going to tell you about yourself. So I feel like I am very, very grateful. Thank you, God, Creator, Universe, Spirit, ancestors, guys, that I don't have no crazy makers in my life. Like, and I'm trying to think, like, I'm like, let me sit back. I really don't. I really don't have no crazy makers in my life. And that truly is a blessing. And that I don't even have no poisonous playmates. And I guess that's like other artists or other people in my life who kind of talk down on my work or talk down on my ability. All my people fuck with me. All my people like my writing. All my people tell me like, keep going, keep speaking, keep trying, keep doing the thing. People need to see you. People need to hear you. You have a beautiful voice. Da 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 da. Like, all my people be boosting me up, which is why I'm like, that skepticism is really the block. That skepticism is really like that curveball that I'm trying to, or that hump that I'm trying to get over, right? Because everybody around me is positive. Everybody around me is like, yes, yes, yes. I haven't met, I did, I did perform on Monday, and one of the ladies who I was like really looking forward to hearing like what she had to say about my poem was like, I was so distracted by your nipples because I don't wear bras. And I guess they was hard. And that made me sad because I was like, girl, I wanted you to hear my words and I wanted you to give me some real feedback. But I don't think I'm going to change that about myself because that's how I'm most comfortable. So, maybe I'll wear a hoodie so that other people won't be distracted. But yeah, I think that outside of that, everybody else that heard the poem was like, yes, keep going. We loved it, blah, blah, blah. So I really think that the skepticism is the part of this particular week that I have to, navigate, write about, unpack, deal with, face. And another part of this chapter is attention. And what she was kind of saying about attention is just like, what you focus on grows, right? That's a quote. I don't know who said it. I really like to quote people's words, but I don't know who said that. But what you focus on grows. And I think that a big part of attention for me is time. Like, I have such big time blindness. And if it's not in my schedule and if it's not this particular time block and da 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 da, I am so taken aback. Like, I'm thrown off. If my schedule is thrown off, I get in a mood. Like, it's crazy. And most of my attention, especially these days, because I'm working differently than like going into an office full time, my attention be on Instagram. Instagram and television. Like, I love TV, The Equalizer. Everybody please go watch The Equalizer because they're trying to cancel my show, and I love Queen Latifah and I really want her to stay on for at least another season. So please go watch The Equalizer. But in real life, like, I will scroll before I write. You know what I'm saying? I will scroll first thing in the morning, and I know that I spend entirely too much time on Instagram, too much attention on Instagram. And I be trying to tell myself that I be trying to tell myself a lot. So I'm like, this is my news. I don't watch the news. So this is how I get information. Like, I learned about what happened in the Dominican Republic, RIP to all those people. Through Instagram. I keep updated on Gaza through Instagram, like all of the different new like executive orders that are coming down. Like, I'm getting those firsthand through Instagram. The things that are happening specifically in Florida where I'm staying now, I'm getting that information through Instagram. Keeping up with the homies through Instagram. Like, I really am giving a lot of my attention to Instagram. And I wonder what it would look like for me to shift that. One of my homies, Ebony Slim Pickens on Substack, follow her Substack, child. I'll drop it in the comments. But she posted on today that she spent the amount of time she usually spends on Instagram outside in nature. And I was like, ooh, I want to try that. Like, I live in sunny Florida. Like, the sun is shining, baby. It's green everywhere. So it's not green everywhere. I really miss the country, but it's enough green around that I could benefit from. I could go to the park and sit in the park and sit in the sun and be outside doing something like writing, like reading, versus being on my phone on Instagram. So I appreciate her naming that, and that's definitely something that I'm going to try to do this week for my artist date. Is 2 hours at the park in the green, in the sun, reading or writing. And I believe that it will absolutely do me some good because I miss the trees. I miss the country. Like, I'm from Durham, North Carolina. I miss more trees than buildings. Absolutely. So I think it will absolutely do me some good to get outside and be outside in nature more than I am on Instagram. And as far as TV goes, I'm really trying to only watch TV at lunch and dinner because I have absolutely conditioned myself to not be able to have a meal without talking to somebody or without watching TV. And I live by myself. So I'm gonna be watching TV, okay? And I love movies. I will rewatch the same movie over and over and over again. The movie that's on replay at my house today is Exhibiting Forgiveness. Y'all go watch Exhibiting Forgiveness. It tore me up every time, but I still watch it. And I still recommend it because it's so good. And the song Bricks by Andre Day, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I'm going through my own like grief and bereavement right now, and that movie was healing and that song was healing. So highly recommend. Uh, highly recommend. But yeah, I am a TV watching, movie watching, show watching. I don't watch Underground over and over again. I love me some Aldous Hodge. And I'm watching Underground Railroad over again. Cause how did I not peep that Mufasa, what's his name? Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. How did I not peep that he was in the Underground Railroad TV show? Like, he came on the screen, I was like, oh, I thought I ain't see you until Rebel Road or something like that, or Rebel Ridge. And no, he was in Underground Railroad, and I liked it the first time I watched it. So, and my girl from Woman King and her mama, they both was in Woman King, and I'm like, how did I not peep that? Maybe Woman King came out after Underground Railroad. I don't know, but yeah, and I've been feeling the type of way about why like slavery things have been on my mind and like been what I have been watching TV show wise lately. And I really think it's because I feel like I am being forced back into the workforce. I've been working for myself for 3 months now, focusing on my creativity, focusing on my health and wellness, baby. And it's tough. Okay, it ain't for the weak. And I really feel like all of the different negative entities are trying to push me back into the workforce, back into somebody 9 to 5, back into going into somebody's office, place, whatever. And I really don't want to do that. And I think that that is the feeling of like, I absolutely know, and please don't come for me, I absolutely know it's not the same as slavery, but it is a type of slavery, right? It is a type of abuse, right? Like, my bills need to be paid, right? And unless I go and do something for somebody else, then that won't happen. And that's the way that our system is set up to keep us in this capitalistic structure. And yeah, we're labor slaves, and it's just so freaking annoying. And I really think that watching those films and watching people break free and get to the north and make it through the Underground Railroad, like that gives me that feeling, that sense of like, I can make it too, baby. We gonna find liberation. We gonna beat the oppressor. We gonna kill all the masters. Like, I don't know if I should have said that, but that's what I believe, right? We're gonna kill all the masters. And even if it's just mentally, right? Nobody else is in control of our lives. Nobody else is in control of our lives. Like, we have agency, we have the power of self-determination, regardless of what this effed up country is trying to say and do and change the rules. No, we the people are in charge, and we the people have the right to live the life that we want to live and fight for that thing. Okay. And I'm actually going to fight for it, right? I'm going to do everything I can to not have to go back into somebody's office and to be able to focus on my creativity. And I really appreciate Julia Cameron for The Artist's Way. Funny thing, in this week, she said that, and this is so weird, but I was talking about movies earlier. So she said that her grandmama's brown boobie popped out while she was gardening in like one of the sections. And I gotta look up a picture of Julia Cameron because I don't think I know her, but I dang sure wouldn't have thought that her grandma boobies was brown. So that's something that just popped up into my head. And I think that that is interesting because, yeah, I did not think that Julia Cameron was a brown person. So I'm interested to see what Julia Cameron looks like. And if you don't know, you should look it up too. And we can find out together. But yes, my time and attention have been going to Instagram and television. And this week I am going to be intentional about replacing Instagram with nature time and creative time. But I don't know about that TV child, especially during my meals. Maybe like a movie and then some reading for dinner instead of doing TV shows, because I end up watching 3, 4 episodes, you know what I'm saying, at the night, and it'd be 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I want to wake up at 7 and I can't. So I'm definitely going to try that this week and update y'all on my progress on Monday. Some other things that stood out for me from this week were something that she calls rules of the road, or like basic principles. And the ones that stood out to me were: use the page to rest, dream, and try. I think that is so profound. I think that's so profound because I don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I think that I absolutely use the page to dream, right? To dream of what's possible, to dream of what could have been outside of what I'm experiencing or have experienced. But to rest on the page, I'm like, that is powerful. And I'm going to have to really sit with that. And I'm going to really have to figure out what that looks like and what that means for me. And to try on the page, I'm like, ain't that dream? Like, what's the difference between dream and try? I really wish I could talk to her and be like, girl, what you talking about here? But as an artist, I realized that it's all our own interpretation, right? It's our own personal interpretation. We can't, like, she ain't gonna really be able to tell me how I need to try, right? But I thought that that principle was super profound. Another one was small, gentle goals. I am the queen of huge goals, baby. Okay. I like to set the bar high. Okay. And that is probably because, they told me I was excellent early and they shouldn't have did that. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but it absolutely has set my bar high. And I was talking to Nakim. Love you, Nakim. That is one of my like spiritual coaches. We're moving through this program that she just began to offer called Nourish. And we were talking about how I have had to be, or I have been told I was excellent since such a young age that I don't know how to just be regular. I don't know how to set small goals and be okay with achieving small goals and with doing small things. It's an extra dog in here, so she might start popping off. So if she do, y'all, my bad. But yeah, I think that I am somebody who struggles with setting small goals. So I am very interested in taking on that practice this week. And the small goal for this week is just being like, can you get to the park and do your artist day? Like, can you get to the park and not go on Instagram while you're at the park? Right? I think that that is a big goal because I'm always on Instagram, but it's a small goal because it's just like, it's one little thing that you have to do to move the ball forward and to prove to yourself that you can trust yourself and you can do what you told yourself you was going to do. So I'm excited for that. But I really do need to sit with like, what does it mean to make small, gentle goals, right? And I know that in making, like logically, I get it. In making small, gentle goals, I will be able to build my self-trust so that I can do bigger goals, right? But, oof. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. I just told y'all why. Well, I just told y'all why I think. It's so hard for me to make small, gentle goals. Like, why all my goals got to be, Goliath goals. And then I get mad when big old Goliath stuff on me, Therapy. Everybody needs it. Next up on the rules of the road, more painful to be blocked than to do the work. Yes, that one was so good. She was like, remember that it's more painful to be a blocked artist than it is to actually do the work of creating. And I'm like, that is some good stuff because it is mad annoying. Hold on. And we're back. Yes, more painful to be blocked than to do the work. I think that that is so true because I be sitting here beating myself up over not writing as a writer, right? And the morning pages really do help, but I promise you, I will count the morning pages as my writing, quote unquote, for the day. And it's really not the same. And when I create, when I actually do the work, it feels so much better. And it's like going back to those small goals, I can give like a poem a day, especially during April, which is National Poetry Month. It is that's like a big goal for me, right? Because I just don't know what it is. Like, I am a pantser. I write based off of what I'm feeling, and trying to force myself to write every day just does not feel real. It does not feel authentic. It does not feel good. But I'm like, it feels worse to not write. Like, I beat myself up more when I don't write anything. And it's like, you ain't gotta write a fucking song, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta write a chapter, but write something. So I think that that rule of the road is so important. Like, just try, just do the work. Like, just put something on the paper, regardless of, or whatever type of artist you are. Like, just try. And I think, I feel like I done figured out what she meant by use the page to try. And talking it out with y'all. Thank y'all so much for helping me get there. And the last thing I want to share is the presence of the great creator. And I think that she was saying something like, always look for the presence of the great creator. And I think that goes back to the thing I mentioned earlier around like what you focus on grows. I think that I don't ever look for the support from the divine, when I go to the page, because I am pulling from, my own experience and pulling from deep inside of me. I don't ever look outside of me for, you know, inspiration or encouragement, or just like trusting that, the universe, God, spirit, creator, ancestors, gods are just here with me, and they're trying to help me move through a piece, or, giving me something to write about. Like, I never think about it like that. So I think that'll be a powerful way to look at life and to move around. Like, am I being given something to write about by the creator right now? Like, I think that is a powerful rule of the road, to always want to look out for, little messages, little downloads, little instances and experiences that the great creator is giving to me to help add to my writing journey, add to what I got going on creatively. So I'm excited about this week. I feel much better. When I came on here, I definitely was like, it's been a week. Now that I done yapped to y'all, I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and listening to me blabber on about the artist's way. I'll be back on Monday. Love y'all.